I'm Haley Taylor, and you're listening to the Rough Draft Diaries. Today on the Rough Draft Diaries, we're headed to an arts center, which, if you've listened to previous episodes of the Rough Draft Diaries, you might be thinking, another one? As Toledo does have its fair share of arts and performance spaces. But this one is Miriam's.
Miriam Wagoner. I'm the creative director of the Art and Performance Center, West Toledo. I've been a performer and an artist for over 35 years in the Toledo area and Northwest Ohio.
She has, and she's done a lot. She was a glass blower, then she got into theater, becoming a dancer for about 30 years. Then, unfortunately, her knees took the brunt of the dancing, so she became a ceramics artist, then an art teacher. She's worked at the Toledo Museum of Art, various art centers, everywhere, and she knows everyone.
A lot of experiences on the periphery and inside the system with the arts. And I know a lot of people, and I know where some of the bigger venues fall short of serving people sometimes. And so, one of my experiences was just to make life and art a little more accessible.
Miriam is not trying to throw anyone under the bus. In fact, a good chunk of our interview involved Miriam listing off all the other creative individuals and organizations she loves to collaborate with, like Jules from Art Depot, or Bob Shearer's Frame Shop, Handmade Toledo, Common Space, the Toledo Museum, the Arts Commission. She's happy to work with all these organizations while also having a space of her own.
So I'm 57, and when I hit my 50-year mark, which is the half century, I just did a self-eval about, was I doing what I set out to do? And just looking at all past experiences and where I was. And so that was probably 7 years ago. Well, it was 7 years ago. And I've always been a networker and a collaborator, and those are the things that have fed my soul the most are things that are worked on with other people and other groups of people. And because I'm a natural educator, I'm always trying to find what the benefit of whatever that is to the individuals participating. And I look at myself as a conduit, so again, a small community of people here, and the more we share with one another. If somebody does an exhibition in my gallery and this is their first show and it's stellar, I would love to send this person to the galleries in Sylvania or downtown to do an exhibition or be a part of an exhibition. So I would hope that everybody would be open to sharing that kind of information and letting people move freely throughout the city without competition. Look at us more like a family than yeah.
Miriam's Art and Performance Center has been open for 2 years. They do offer gallery space, like she mentioned, but they also offer art classes, dance classes, poetry readings, songwriting workshops. You can rent the space if you want to. But since it's new and they offer so much, the community has yet to really take to the space.
I still have people walking through the doors that live within 3 blocks of this building. Like, oh, I didn't know this was here. I didn't know what you did. And so we're still struggling to make sure this venture pays for itself, or that the community actually wants it. Just because you want it doesn't mean the community wants it. So, and Toledo can be a fickle town when it comes to the arts sometimes, but I think we're on the upswing in people that are coming here and looking for good culture. And Toledo, for a small Midwestern town, small-ish, has a lot of really good culture in it. It does. So, rather than all of us living our respective lives and in your domain, I think that the culture as a whole will be a lot stronger when there's a network of sorts going on. So the Arts Commission's pretty decent about that. They're pretty good about bridging the gap and getting people together. But large institutions are looking at supporting themselves. They're not really necessarily looking to support other community ventures. So it was about getting the community to try something new.
Although Miriam is positive about the future, she's aware that it does take a lot of work. She actually holds 2 other jobs outside of running the Arts Center, just so the Arts Center can financially survive. She's a professional artist, and then she also creates art residency programs at Sunset Houses, a retirement community. And then, of course, teaching art classes at the center. It's a lot, and Miriam knows that.
For me, this was my retirement plan. I know I'll be working till the day I die. So I would rather be doing what I love, and this is what I love. And there's a little bit of me in every aspect of this space and what we do. I put myself out on a limb financially, and I would do it again. If it meant that somebody really wanted that, I would buy a building and do that, expand a little bit to a bigger venue. So there's already been a threshold push that's saying, yes, perhaps a bigger venue might serve if people want it. and I'll do it. And doing what I love too. When I started getting really exhausted working 2 full-time jobs, my daughter said, well, Mom, this is what you said you wanted to do. And I go, you are right. And I am having a really good time. Yes, it's exhausting, but I am doing everything exactly what I wanted to be doing.
I'm Haley Taylor, and thanks for listening to today's episode. Don't forget to tune in next week as we have some special programming for the month of February here on the Rough Draft Diaries.